Hello. Hello. Hi. How do I sound? Do I sound amazing? Well, if I do, then it's because I have a new little setup. I have a preamp that I found that I didn't know how to use before. And so I used something else, and that other thing sucked. I have it right here. Hello? Oh, here it is. If anybody wants to know the thing that does not work that well, it's a Shure X2U. And I've switched to an Onyx Artist 1.2 or 1-2. I don't know what it is. But at first it's weird. It wasn't working right. And then I fucking figured it out because I rule. And now my audio sounds so good. So anyway, it's just me this week. Oh, I'll start the show. Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher. I'm here alone, finally by myself, because I've been so busy. I listened to the last episode where Greg was by himself, and he said, despite me being so broke, I am traveling a whole lot, and he's not wrong. I actually, the first time around, the first vacation I took, I paid for it. But then I brought, then Joe, my boyfriend, came with me and he paid for everything else while we were there, which was really sweet and amazing. But I paid for where we stayed. And then the next one, I was in Atlanta. And so I couldn't get to, my days were packed full. So I couldn't really get to the studio to record. So that wasn't really a vacation. That was work. And then this last one, I was on vacation again because this time it was with my parents and my kids. And I didn't pay for that one. I paid for, stuff while we were there, which I also went into a little bit of debt for a little bit. But yeah, I didn't pay for that one. I paid for the hotels halfway there and then halfway back. But anyway, it's true. It's hard because these trips were planned. Maybe not the first one. The first one was a family reunion that I went to because it was just so important for me to be a part of this family reunion because we haven't had one in decades. And the only time we were talking and seeing each other was when a family member was dying or dead. And that was so sad. And so we finally made it happen this year. And so I definitely had to be a part of that. But then the other trip is planned every year, and I was going to pay. Oh, I'm sorry. I had more money coming in when these sort of plans were made. And then fucking, this shit with work happened where I make $600 less a month. Just bullshit. Bullshy. And anyway, so I'm not complaining about that, but I am saying that that's why I was able to that's why I've been gone. It's really not important. Anyway, I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about regret. And maybe this is something I could do with Greg also. But I don't know, it just occurred to me that I'm not even sure what, how you have regret, right? Because so much of moving through life is feeling the resistance of life and then learning from that resistance, which I didn't do for a really long time. And again, I guess I could look back at that and say, well, I regret not doing this work on myself and with my family and in relationships. Like maybe I could have done that sooner. And so I regret that. But it just feels like there's just no other way. I guess if there is a true crossroads where I made the wrong decision, not at me as me, but where one would have made the absolute wrong decision and they look back and say, I made the wrong decision. Maybe I could see where that would be a feeling of regret, but then wouldn't you have gone down the wrong way and then ultimately learned something from that? It all feels so strange. It feels like you're looking at your life as black and white if you think that, if you regret so much. I feel like, okay, the example I'm thinking of where regret may be maybe make more sense to me is if you're dying, or if if you're on the way out and you realize that this is all the time I have left and I haven't done the things that I thought I wanted to do, like traveling or spending more time with your family. I guess you've learned that's not something you can learn from because you're dying. But then again, I guess we're all dying. That's not funny. Just thinking. So should we all think about that that way? Yes, I guess we should. Okay. So not only is regret something that I only understand when you're close to the end, but it also is something to help you seize the day, right? Because you don't want to be in a place of regret at the end and say, oh, I always said I wanted to do this thing and I never did. Speaking of the first time, that first beach trip I took for the family reunion, my cousin is an amazing person, and she does gymnastics, and she taught me how to do a cartwheel. I haven't done one since I was at the beach because she really kind of helped me. She like spotted me and helped me flip over. But that I had made some goals for the summer, and one of the goals was to learn how to do a cartwheel. So I still have. I mean, I've learned it, but I've not perfected it. Something that I didn't know was going to turn it out to be a goal, but ended up being a goal, and I succeeded at, was learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Give me a Rubik's Cube. I can solve it. Except when you're looking at me, then I fuck it up. Like, every time I try and impress Joe solving the Rubik's Cube, I always fuck it up. But then when he's not looking, he turns around and I've solved it. So that's something I gotta work on. But yeah, I'd like to do a better cartwheel. It's so hard to do. Like, it's hard to, if you're not used to moving your body like that, it's hard to trust yourself to fling your body around. So what you end up doing is not committing and not giving yourself enough momentum to do like a really great, like, straight up cartwheel. You do that like little half one where you look like a little kid sort of halfway flipping over. So I need like mats, and I need a spotter. I don't know how people do that. I regret going down this path and talking about this. But I'm learning. I'm going to learn from it because I don't really believe in regret. I think regret is only something that can happen to you, or you can realize once you're at the end and you think, wow, I didn't do enough, or I regret not saying the things I wanted to say. I'm drinking a little Coke. Coca-Cola. Anyway, gosh, that's kind of all I got. Maybe I shouldn't have come up with a topic. I should have just talked about my life. I'm kind of feeling bummed out about my style lately. I'm in a weird zone of being 42, feeling not 42, or I guess feeling 42, more like I still feel connected, and I feel the attributes of being young, but I'm not fooling myself. I know I'm not young. But I feel like I don't love my style right now. Maybe it's just because it's the summer. God, I hate the summer. Well, I don't hate it. Sorry. I like the summer, but I like the clothes better in fall. And I think I look better in those clothes. I feel like, are there any women that feel the same way? I kind of want to I want to revamp. I want to restart. I want to rejuvenate the mind and the body, and then the clothes and the style. Maybe that will be a goal. It's already, oh God, it's August. When does summer officially end? In September? Let's look. Is it after Labor Day? It's got to be. Columbus Day, fuck you. Halloween, when does fall fucking start? It had on here like the solstice and stuff. Well, whatever. I don't know them when fall starts, but yeah, maybe before it gets to be the fall, I'm gonna try and revamp, shake the etch a sketch of my superficial attributes about myself and see what I can come up with. I started working. Oh, I haven't started yet, but I'm starting to work with Hoff and Pepper. They gave me a little job. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to work for them. And maybe that's part of my thinking. I mean, I've been thinking about my style a little bit for a while. But then this new opportunity coming, it's starting in September. It's just a teensy little side job. It's not like something I can do full time. But maybe one day that'd be fucking cool. But yeah, I'm trying to I'm getting ready for that. And I think that maybe that sort of has brought some new energy, and it makes me want to sort of shake things up everywhere. Like I cleaned the house really sort of more than I normally do recently, and I'm feeling the urge to like organize places that have become very disorganized. Sort of getting back in control of some financial stuff, which I've done already. Like I said, with the traveling and the I've worked out a way to, get out of that small little debt that I made for myself. And so that feels really good. It just feels like a little more of taking the reins. And part of that is, I guess, what I've always said about growing older and just growing in general, that it's important to stay connected. Oh my God. And just like a relationship with others, checking in with them and saying like, hey, how is everything? How are you? Are you okay? Are there things that you want to talk about? Like maybe that's what I'm doing with myself too. I'm like doing some true self-care. It's like, hey, how do I feel about my body? How do I feel about my clothes? How do I feel about my look? And I don't mean to make it so superficial, but part of that is important to me. That is, I outwardly a little bit express myself through what I look like. I guess we all do. Oof, some people. Well, okay. You know what? Some people don't think that, but I take in information like that and it gives me information about them. And so I guess all I'm doing is also giving out information about who I am or what I'm about through what I look like. And so maybe I'm checking in with myself. That's really nice of me. I feel proud of that. So another thing about regret is that so much of what I've done as far as working on myself and figuring things out, how I function in relationships and how that's a reflection of how I function toward myself, that, when I treat, when I, the relationship I have with myself has changed so much and has helped me change my relationship with others. Shoot, I forgot what I was going. I regret that. Oh, the reason why I feel like regret is something that can only happen at the end is because I have learned so much. And I would say that I regret, hurting Travis and hurting his family with having to go through stuff that I was a catalyst for. Not that it was totally all my fault, but I did start the process, and I regret, I would say, I guess I regret that affected him in a way like that. Because that sucks. I care a lot about him and I don't want to do that. And I didn't want to do that at the time, but I had to for myself, but whatever, we're cool now. But I don't really regret that because, you know, I'm with someone who is capital it, and Travis has found his person, and the kids, our kids have a circle of love that continues to grow, with Joe's family being um, coming into my kids' lives, and then Travis's girlfriend's daughter and her circle of people coming into our kids' life. Like, yeah, I don't regret that any of my actions has now led us here. So, yeah, I guess this would be helpful for anybody who might be in the middle of something difficult. And I hope that, and just for the future too, like anytime any of us go through something difficult, it's good to have gone through difficult things so that that, oh, okay, this is the difficult time, and it doesn't take away from it being difficult and not fun and, possibly horrible to have to deal with and get through, but that it will end. And as long as you keep the relationship with yourself strong, as far as like checking in with yourself and letting yourself feel things and moving through them instead of moving around them, then you learn. And things can only, there's always some lesson to be learned. And that's such a, I don't know, I'm realizing like it's such a positive way to look at what's going on. Ugh, but it's so hard in the moment. I remember when I was really going through a lot. I mean, Eric would tell me like, this is just a small blah, blah, blah. He would sort of give the same speech to me that I just gave. And I was really annoyed by it because I felt like it was really, he just didn't want me to feel that way because he can't handle those types of feelings. But I don't know. Maybe he can. I don't know. That was just my perception of it. And that could be true. But that's the thing. It's like, it is true that you will get through those things, but it's also important to, that doesn't mean, it's good to know that it will end, but in the meantime, you just gotta, I was going to say suffer through, because sometimes it is suffering. Like you got to suffer through stuff. I would tell my students when I taught English as a second language, when they would complain about things being difficult, I would tell them, if you were at the gym and you're trying to build muscle in your arms and all you do is like free weight some pencils, it's not going to do anything. There's no resistance. You have to have the resistance in life. You have to feel the push against you to get stronger. And it doesn't mean in the moment it doesn't hurt or doesn't suck or you're not having fun, but you gain something from that. No pain, no gain. That was a big phrase in the 80s. I regret saying that. All right, guys, it's only 18 minutes. I wish I had more to say. I wish I had a great story like Greg had, but gosh, he really opened up in that last episode. That was really brave of him. All right. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of our lives and the show. I really appreciate all of you. Please understand that if you Facebook message us, for some reason, the Facebook thing that we have set up for our One Topic Facebook page automatically replies with some corporate weird fucking bullshit about thank you for reaching out to One Topic. We'll get back to you soon. It's so impersonal and stupid. And I've tried to get rid of it. I've even, I'm not an idiot. I Googled that thing and I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, I can't get rid of it. So if you message us, I'm sorry that you get that stupid response. I will try and respond. Also, our email address, which I think is One Topic. Hold on. I started looking. Oh, One Topic 01 at Gmail. I started looking at that again. And our dear friend, W.A. Sloan, he has messaged, or they have messaged us so much. And I feel terrible because I don't respond a whole lot. I'm real weird about responding. I should respond more. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to engage more with you guys. So if you have any questions or you want to talk to me, feel free. I'm everywhere online at AutoPritz. We're many, many places at One Topic, except for Gmail, which is onetopic01@gmail. And I guess pretty soon, now that I'm starting with Hoff and Pepper, go to hoffandpepper.com, use my code OneTopic15 for 15% off. Maybe I can give you even more of a discount, tell you about sales and stuff. It's really great hot sauce. If you really haven't had it, it's so good. I love it. Especially, I didn't really think about the difference between hot sauces until if you try them like back to back, if you try one, then try another, you're like, whoa, this is so different. Oh, this is so much more interesting. Oh, it's just like when you taste, like, I remember I did that with vodka when I worked at the W. We had like a little vodka tasting. And I was like, vodka is just vodka. It's all the same. And then, no, it's not. You go back to back. Some are like peppery. Some are really smooth. Some are like burninating your face. Like, it's wild, the difference. So get yourself some really good hot sauce. hoffandpepper.com. OneTopic15. And that's it. I love you guys. I hope you love the audio, because I'm very proud of the audio because I'm a dork like that. And I'll talk to you next week. We'll be back with Greg, regular show. And see you then. Goodbye.